All right, so back to the oily mess. Again, I'm not all sure what could be seen. Hopefully pretty good amount. I'm trying to tilt my phone the best I can. I do have a tripod, but it's not really meant for somebody that's actually, you know, let me get it going. Because I bet I could set it up and it'll be better than laying it on the ground and hoping for the best. So let's get it set up. I'm new to all this, so I got a new tripod and trying everything out. Let's see how that looks. All right, so I'm gonna get you guys in here best I can without having the rotor being the focal point. I would put you in another spot, but it might kind of get in my way. Let's see how good we can get it without getting the rotor in there. All right, we're gonna go with that. It's definitely better than laying on the ground. All right. Let's get some gloves on. We're gonna take a picture of this oily mess. Somehow figure out how to do a thumbnail. And then we're just gonna call it dirtiest, oiliest mess I've ever seen. I'll just call it that. Gotta clean out both sides of this banjo bolt. We got a banjo bolt here for the high pressure side. You know, any little contaminant could get in there and then you're not gonna have a good seal. So either the prior person reused the washer because he was being cheap, which I think that was it, or it just had some debris in there. You know, it could have gone either way, really. I mean, you know, I don't know the guy or who did it, and I'm gonna clean the pump side too. You know, I'm not sure who did it, but it doesn't really matter. We just got to get it done right. Now I have a 24 millimeter deep socket, and I'm really hoping that I could get it in there because there's not much room to get in there. These copper washers like to be, oh, I'm spilling oil over myself. So these copper washers like to be torqued 30 foot-pounds. Make sure to look up the torque specs for any crush washer you have. They're not all different, but they're all different enough. You have aluminum, you have I forgot the name of the other one, but it looks silver. It's aluminum. Looks like aluminum, but it's not. And that has a different crush value as well. So make sure that you're putting on the right torque value. Here's where I wish I had another hand. All right, let's just try to get it up in there. Try to get on the banjo bolt first. Or the banjo. Not really a bolt, I guess. Oh. Let's see here. All right, I think I got it. All right. All right, and like Finn. So we're on the banjo now. Now we're gonna get it on the other side. Maybe that's why. So I figured out that specialty washer. So it's connected because it's hard to line up the end of it and get on the pump. So now I know why. It's definitely going to be interesting. But I think we got it. So I think that's why. Oh, using some core here to hold it and line it up and everything. It's, oh, there goes, see, there goes that copper washer. So that's why it's connected. So now we know why. So we're not doing it wrong. I mean, like I said, the dealership's closed. It's Sunday. Coronavirus is here. But you know, I could have easily gone to the dealership, paid $10. I'm not paying for it, but somebody else is. But this copper washer, if I could get it in there, will do just as good. You know, I thought about getting a copper with some, I forgot what it's called. It's like a rubber also, but you know, I didn't know if that power steering fluid would just eat at it. I didn't know what kind of rubber it was. Probably not, because it's meant for oil, but I'd rather just stick with the copper. Let's get it in there. Hopefully I could get that socket in there. Like I said, I went and bought a specialty socket just to get in there. So if I can't, I'm going to be less than pleased. And it looks like I can't. It's a big old deep socket. You know, like I said about having a lot of tools in your supply, you know, having the right tools is everything. You know, if you don't have it, buy it, and after a while you'll have plenty of tools. You'll have every tool you need, and then just buy as you need. You know, I don't even think I'm going to be able to get this deep socket in there with I had a click wrench. You know, I had the right wrench to torque it down, but I think we're gonna go with Guten tight, because I can't get it in there, so it doesn't really matter. So we're gonna go Guten tight, and I'm sure a lot of people will have something to say about that. But you let me know. You know, I'll try to get it in a regular wrench. I don't even know if I get a regular wrench in there, to be honest, guys. You know, you let me know when you work on this, and let me know how it works out. I don't even have a 24 millimeter open socket. I think the biggest my open sockets go to is a 22. So we're shit out of luck there. I really don't want to use just an adjustable vice grip. That'll definitely get a lot of flamers going. That'll get a lot of people on me for sure. So let's see what we can do here. I really want to get this done tonight and get this done the first try, because you can't tell if it's going to leak until you get it hooked back up. And I really don't want to be doing this twice. You know, I just don't see it working in my favor right now. No matter what I do, I can't really get a good end on this, and there's just not enough clearance. Ow, frick. I said frick. It was not a cuss word. Please don't tell YouTube on me. It's my first video, and it's a bear of a video. Well, it's my second video. My first one was just a walkthrough, no audio, of my truck that I have been working on for a while. And just kind of, it's what I had on my phone, so I was just playing around with editing and stuff like that. So that's kind of the first video, but so I guess technically this is the second, but I don't want to get reported to YouTube police and then have them deem me. So I'm gonna do an intro on this, and it'll say it, but I am not monetized. This, like I said, is my second video. Maybe one day it will be. I don't really do this for monetization. It's just to get people out there, you know, get people out there. My wife has always said, record your stuff. You know, I have friends and family that have always said that. All right, I got a wrench on it. But everybody's always told me, you know, you should record that. You should post on YouTube. I know a lot, you know, I might edit some of this, but it's kind of nice showing the struggles of working on cars. You know, it's not easy, and people always wonder why. Oh, why does it cost so much? Why does it cost so much? Well, you know, I don't have a lift, so you know, this job might have been faster with a lift. But at the same time, you get to see what all goes into working on people's cars. I mean, it's not easy, you know. The tools alone are not very cheap. The know-how is definitely not cheap. I am not certified. I have not gone to school for any of this. But then again, I also don't charge the going labor rate. Oh, I think that's on there good. All right, so I was able to get a socket on there. I'm not going to be able to get that other wrench in there. There's just no way. Let me get this on there. Flame away. We're going to go just extra measure. Because trust me guys, it's hard to get in here. Just make sure it's on there good and tight. Most people do that for their oil drain. Most people don't break out a torque wrench for their oil drain, you know. I'm just going to be honest with you. I do. I have a 2016 Mustang, and for those of you that don't know, it's the oil filter is not just a good and tight. It's a lot more than that. It's I can't remember the exact value, but I learned the hard way when my oil filter almost backed out. I had noticed a leak, and it was in my driveway. You know, it's a new car, and it should definitely not be leaking. So I climbed up under there. Sorry, I'm looking for the bolts for the pump here. All right, guys, we're back. I couldn't find the bolt, and I remembered that the top part of the power steering pump, I believe, is slotted. So I don't think I ever took the bolt all the way out, even though I think I did, and then realized I didn't need to. Yeah, so the top one is slotted. You know, I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure what you guys can see, but the top bolt is slotted. So you essentially leave that upper bolt in. It slots in the front, and then in the rear, it threads in the rear of the actual power steering pump. So let's see if we get this lined up now. I'll get the electrical connection in after I get this bolt in, because that was, I'm sure you guys remember, but that was a big pain in the rear. Maybe I'll do the lower bolt. Let's do that lower bolt first, because that's kind of the guide bolt, I guess you could call it. All right, so got that bolt in. Now let's see if we get the other one in. Someone's fighting me here. Maybe I just need to muscle it. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Oh, this oily mess. I think next time I'm going to have to charge extra for oil messes, because this thing is a bear. The way this threads in is going to be a pain, I'm telling you right now. I think it's going to take a combination of a lot of stuff. I'm just about done. I'm ready to be done with this. I knew it was going to take a while. I don't work on these cars all the time, like in the dealership or even a small time mechanic. This is my first water pump. I've done everything though. I've done motor swaps, I've done water pumps, I've done everything. So it's not like I'm not capable, it's just new to me, you know. And I knew that going into it, so the person who I'm doing this for, I talked to and kind of told him the same thing, like, you know, hey, I might not be as fast as a mechanic, but then again, I'm not charging all that money. So, and he was fine with that. It's a work van that he hasn't started using work yet because it's got too many problems. So he's trying to get it fixed up and get it ready, and this is the first step in the process, I guess you could say. All right, so let's see if we get this bolt in. This one's a hard one to get out, so I'm sure it's gonna be just as fun to get back in. Okay, come on. I'm not comparing mechanics to doctors by any means, but you know, people say, or I've heard it's a lot like being a doctor, because sometimes you can't see what you're doing, but you got to get your hands in there and you got to get it done. And you know, it's just one of those things where you know, a lot of times you're working by feel. All right, so I got the lower bolt. That's the adjuster bolt for the belt. But right now I'm kind of using it to see if I can get this bolt started on the top, because it's pretty tough to get in there. So let's see if we get it started. Let's see if we got it going. I kind of don't want to take the wrench off and pull on it to see, because getting the wrench on is kind of hard. So right now I'm kind of going by feel to see if the bolt's getting sucked in. I mean, you know, I'm only getting like 4 or 5, you know, maybe 3 or 4 clicks, so it's not much. So it doesn't move much all at once, you know. It's kind of a slow going process. So we'll keep on it, see if we got started. If not, I'll take it out, figure it out again. Yeah, I don't think it's going, guys. I got in there pretty good though, so let me pull the wrench out. Let's see here. It didn't pull out, but it didn't feel like it was going in. So let's try that now. I'll put some pressure on it as I turn. Alright, let's try this. Oh. Alright, so now I think we're good. It's going in now. Let's wrench the hell out of it. Get her tightened up. And get a new belt on. I know it's covered in oil. I really don't want to throw a new belt on it, but that old one is just done. Like I said, it was a 4-rib belt at one point, and it was crossed over on the install. So part of it was on right, part, you know, on the ribs, and part of it was on backwards. So I was cutting new ribs on the back side of the main pulley. I mean, I've never seen it before. And the guy said he took this to a shop, and I tried to be honest, and I told him, I said, hey, I'll take it back to the shop you took it to, because they messed it up, and it would be free, hopefully, you know. That's the goal. But as it were, the shop's like 6 hours away, and he said, I'm not going back to that shop. So here we are, because I mean, he probably could have saved money going back to the shop instead of paying me to do this. I mean, he's not in it much for parts. There it goes. All right, now I know for a fact that bolts in, but it doesn't feel right. You know, he's not paying much for parts. A couple crush washers, some fluid, a belt. Not much, you know. Most of this is just labor. So, all right, let's go, James. So yeah, so I mean, he's not much in it much, but considering he took it to a shop, it was quoted $1,200 for, I can't remember what they quoted him for, but I think they, you know, they told him everything he needed. You know, they told him $200, and this car's probably honestly not worth that, especially with the bottom of it looking like it's been leaking oil forever for its whole life. But it's probably not worth that, you know. So he had no interest in paying that, which I don't blame him. I mean, that's why I do all my own work. That's why I do side work, so people don't get taken advantage of. That's why I do, you know, work for friends or show people so they don't get taken advantage of. But I hope this bolt's going in. It felt like it, but it's not always what you feel. Although I told you mechanics is about that. Let's see what the fuck is going on. Tell you what, guys, it does not feel like it's locking in. Let's take this little one out. All right, lower bolt out. That'll be the tail. Oh, yep, wasn't in. All right, let's see what's going on here. Bolt doesn't even come out, to be honest, guys. All right. It does not come out on the side of the motor. I thought it was so close, guys. All right, let's see what this is up here. Okay. All right. Oily mess. Oh, did not like that. I think what it is maybe I should have tightened that banjo bolt after, but I could barely get the tool in with the power steering pump not in the way, so I was not inclined to even try that. So I went ahead and tightened the banjo bolt first, and now I'm kind of paying for it, to be honest with you guys, because I'm having a hell of a time here. All right, let's try this again. Let's try to do this without messing it up. All right, so I think I got that bolt back down enough so I can try to get it in. All right, so let's try it now. Let's get two hands in there, no wrench. Let's go on the other side. Ow, that bulb is hot. I just have a cheapy light, not LED. It doesn't seem like it's locking in, guys. I don't know what my problem is here. Like, it feels like it's in there, but and it doesn't go. All right, let's give it another shot. My arms are getting real sore. The oil is lubricating, but it's still pulling on my hair after a while. It's just not going, guys. It's not going. And like I said, you can't take it out. The firewall's like right there. Maybe you want to drill a hole in it. You could you could take the bolt out. All right. Let's try it again, guys. Ah. Oh man. All right. Now it's in my way of my arm. I don't know if it's in your guys' way, but it's definitely in my way. Put it down, back it up. There we go. All right. Oh my God. This thing is a bear, guys. Nope. All right, so I think I know why, guys. And I'm not happy. We'll just say that. The banjo bolt is in the way. So I gotta back it out, which I don't like doing on these copper crush washers. And gotta reset it. All right, let's see if we can do this. Oh, okay. Let's make sure the wrench is the right direction first. All right, now we're set. Hopefully I can put it in there without changing the direction. All right, we are in. I just need more room and another hand. Come on. All right, now I'm just competing with the motor to break this loose again. Come on, Jesus. I did my wrench and all right. All right, let's take it all the way up. There it is. I'm not sure how they expect people to tighten this up after you mount the power steering pump because there's no room. I really don't know, guys. But we're about to find out. All right, let's go. All right, we broke it loose. Now, just enough loose to mount the power steering pump. Maybe that's why this one leaks so bad. Maybe the guy just didn't tighten it back up after he mounted it, because it is not wanting to cooperate, guys. Even now that I loosen the banjo so it moves, it still doesn't want to give up. All right. All right, I think I found out what it was, guys. It's kind of ridiculous. There's a metal tab, and that metal tab is to guide the banjo bolt. So that way you want it on a certain side. And I have it on the wrong side, so it touches the motor. But this is what we deal with, you know. All right, I got it over it. That was it, guys. Oh, I mean, it's just covered in oil. Oh, my hands are cramping from slipping and gripping. My tools are dirty. I'm tired. All right, so I say we hand tighten it, and then get that wrench back on it, full send on it, and then try to mount that power steering pump again. Now we got the banjo on the right side. All right. Let's get that wrench going the right way. There's only like 3 clicks. Like, I'm not sure how anybody's supposed to get a torque wrench on it. But it's all right, we're gonna get it in there. Get in there tight. I hope you guys like this music I'm playing here. Alright, let's get a better position. Torque it down. Double check the torque. Get the wrench off. Alright, now let's try it. Oh man, and the good thing about this pump is, since it's used, it's still leaking as we do this. All right, so that was a trick, guys. So we had the banjo on the wrong side, but hey, I've been through worse. I've been through a lot worse, actually. Yeah, it sucked. Yeah, it took longer, but like I said earlier, I'm a lot cheaper than any mechanic out there, unless they're your friend. I mean, I only get cheaper for family, and then it's usually free, depending on what it is, you know. They take care of me. I, you know, give them good work. Oh man, it slipped again. All right, so the banjo looks a lot better. The placement of it, anyway. This son of a gun. I swear, guys. And the other good news is I have to take off you know, this is why that mechanic didn't change that belt, and I think why he put it on wrong. You have to take off the other accessory belt, which does the AC and alternator, and you got to take that off just to get to put the power steering pump on, the belt on for it, you know. So I think we found out why he didn't replace that belt, or maybe why he put it on wrong, or maybe a little bit of both, you know. Okay. All right, let's go, guys. Let's get in there. Let's send it. I keep missing it, guys. It's a slot in the front of the power steering pump, and then the threads are on the back, and you have to hook it around this piece, which doesn't want to go, of course. You have to hook it around a piece on the motor, and then you can thread it in to the back of the power steering pump. And no matter what I try, I just can't get it. All right, let's try this. Oh, man. All right, let's try. So I got to hold it with one hand. And tight. Oh, no, that wasn't it. It just slipped again, guys. It's like I'm just missing it. I just don't get it. Oh, guys. I'm getting fatigued, guys. Maybe I gotta do the backside first. All right, so I found out why. Something is amiss. Oh, there it goes. All right, so the backside threads were not lined up, and I didn't adjust the mounting plate. So the prior person who had worked on this, I think he just went with the Guten tight, and it's not Guten tight. So now let's try it. Because I think I had it in there, and it kept missing it. It kept missing the back threads because they weren't in the right spot. So now let's try it. And it feels like I might have caught them, but that doesn't mean anything. I've felt like that a couple times, guys. I'm trying to use just my index fingers to get it. Oh, nope, that wasn't it. And like I said, I can't take this bolt out to line it up. So it's real fun, to say the least. Well, if I would have done that, when I had the pump off, I would have taken the bracket off, lined it up, and then try to do all this. But now I already got the sensor on. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous at this point, guys. It really is. Let's try it. And it's not like the bolt is tapered so it'll help feed it. If it's like tapered like a needle, it'll help feed it. So you just got to get a little bit in, you know. This one is definitely not like that, guys. So it's not going to help feed it. And this is the joy of working on old cars and cars that other people work on. You never know what you're going to be walking into. Oh, this, I had it on the bolt and now it slipped off. Oh, what I would give for a dry, not oily mess. All right, I think we might have something, guys. Yep. All right. We have something. There's enough oil on this, so if I'm cutting threads and cross-threading, I'm not going to be happy. It's going in. All right. So now let's get on this lower guide bolt. You always want to get these bolts in started by hand, if you can, all the mounting bolts. That way, if you don't want to tie it down and then you can't get the holes lined up. Like I said, these bolts aren't they're not easy to line up, you know, as you can tell by this top bolt. I mean, this thing was fighting me. Now we got it going. So, am I putting thread locker on these? No. You know, there's a lot of vibrations in a motor. I always advise it, but there's so much oil on this bolt and you can't get it out. That one bolt. So maybe this guide bolt, I'll take it out, clean it off, and get some thread locker on it. All right, so now we are almost at the Guden tight, and I want it so it's hard to adjust. You know, this power steering pump, you're supposed to move it, tighten this bolt. I'm not sure what you guys can see. You tighten this bolt right here. You tighten it down once you get your belt on, and then that's when you know you have good tension on that belt. But you know, I just said might use some thread locker, but I'm at a stopping point for the night, because to use thread locker, you only have 5 minutes or so before it does its thing, and all this is oily mess. And then, like I said, I still got to put the belt on, you know. So that's kind of the downside of this, is that I have to take off all I gotta take off the other accessory belt. I'm just cleaning up these grooves right now. You don't want oil on your belts. You don't want any belt dressing. Belt dressing, I think, just hides problems. It's basically like spraying WD-40 on it. So I'm gonna get these threads cleaned off, and we're gonna take a rest. I work early in the morning tomorrow, another 10-hour day or so, and then we'll tackle this accessory belt, get the power steering belt back on, tighten everything down, get it full of power steering fluid, and then we'll go from there. So I'll catch back up with you guys tomorrow. It's a new day. We'll have some sunlight and some rest.